live from Hooper Stadium on the campus of Nevada Union High School. Touchdown Productions, celebrating 19 years of high school sports television, is proud to present NU Miner Football. Tonight we're here to unwrap the 2015 campaign, and your Nevada Union Miners take on the Placer Hillmen. It's week 1. Are you ready for some football? All the action begins right here, right now. This is your NorCal Game of the Week. The NorCal Game of the Week travels to Hooper Stadium tonight for the home opener of the Nevada Union Miners against their Highway 49 rivals, the Placer Hillmen. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. This is Paul Brown. Alongside me in my broadcast booth, back for another year, is the outstanding Steve, the Sitman Sitter. Our executive producer and director is Gilbert M. Dominguez, and he is joined by the rest of our Touchdown Productions sports team, Tony Randini, Callahan King, Joan Lyons, and Brian Wells. So, Steve, the Miners went to Placer last year and were surprised. The Hillmen with a big win that broke their 10-game losing streak in 2013. What do you think of that?
That's right, Paul. NU, under new head coach Houlihan, went 0-10 for the first time in school history and came back against the Hillmen in the first game of the 2014 season and have been building momentum ever since. This year, Coach Houlihan and Brad Delbon, as they have both been coaching JV and varsity teams at the same time, and everyone says they should have done this years ago because it really brings the program together at every level.
So, Steve, we're here tonight to see the Miners take on the Hillmen and get a first-hand look at both teams.
Yeah, Paul, there's definitely a new attitude this year with the Miners, and it's all going to come to a head here very quickly as we approach the opening kickoff.
That's true. So with that said, let's do it. Take 30 seconds, go to break. We'll be right back with some Miners football. Stay tuned.
Your car is one of the most important assets you own. And Reeby's Auto Parts is dedicated to helping you keep it in tip-top condition. Reeby's Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business since 1956. We have a friendly and knowledgeable staff, and as a Napa Auto Parts dealer, you're sure to find the right part you need from either of our 2 Nevada County locations. You can always count on Reeby's to be there when you need us. It's Reeby's Auto Parts in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
And we're back here now at Hooper Stadium, waiting for the Miners to take the field again. 8 minutes showing on the clock before the game. We watched a wonderful preseason JV game where the Miners defeated the Placer Hillmen 32-7. Steve, you did that game. What are your thoughts about the JV game?
Well, the Nevada Union defense was phenomenal all game. They really didn't let up too much. The one touchdown that they allowed was a pretty impressive play on Placer's part, but the Placer JV quarterback did not complete a single pass the whole game. In fact, I think he only got 3 out of his hand. All the rest ended up as sacks. He scrambled a little bit.
Right.
He just wasn't comfortable in the pocket. And the run game, Placer really had to mix things up in order to get any sort of production. And even then, Nevada Union managed to find a way to adapt. And that adaptivity is really important in football. And if the varsity team can build on that, and there are 3 sophomores on this Nevada Union team, so they have definitely gone through the same thing that the JV team has.
That's true.
If they can adapt to Placer's offensive game plan, then they'll definitely be in a pretty good position.
So looking at the JV, the first look at the JV team, where do you think the strong players are going to come from for next year? They have a good quarterback and backfield?
They have a decent quarterback, but most of their strength lies in the running game. Just thinking off the top of my head, I don't think there was a completed pass for Nevada Union either.
Right.
The offenses were definitely ground-based, but I'm pretty sure there were only 2 pass attempts, and that was the big thing. They didn't even try to go through the air because their ground game was so effective, and they used 4 different running backs, all of which had different strengths.
You know, I kind of set you up with that one, Steve, because the Miners took the best of the sophomores, Justin Houlihan, Owen Day, and Tyler Nielsen, for their varsity backfield this year. We're going to see 3 sophomores tonight, which is in my mind, I think a very wise move on Coach Houlihan's part. You've got to build. You've got to build from the bottom up, and he's got 3 excellent sophomores. How do you feel about giving them varsity experience early like this?
Well, if you think about it in the long term, 2 years from now, they will be the only 3 players that have 2 years of experience at the varsity level, and it is a completely different game between varsity and JV.
It
the
truly
intensity,
is.
the speed,
and
the strength of the opposing players. I mean, you get hit by a JV defensive back and you get hit by a varsity defensive back. It is a huge difference. And that's big, especially for offensive players like running backs and wide receivers. You have to know how to take a hit at the varsity level.
Right. Well, Nevada Union linebacker Andrew Schnitzis said Placer was his toughest task, but he's up for it. Let's talk about both these teams, both Placer and NU tonight. NU last year came off a 3-7 season. Prior to that, they didn't win a football game in 2013, but 2014 got off to a good start with 2 wins. One of them was against these Placer Hillmen at Placer. If you remember, I believe you and I were there at that game.
We were.
And it was a big surprise. No one was expecting the Miners to come out and beat Placer on their home turf. Tonight, here they come on the field now. The Miners will come on. Tonight, they're saying the same thing. They're saying this Placer team is a much more dominant, much faster, much stronger team, and the Miners will have their hands full. I'm not sure about that.
That's what they said last year, too.
As we watch the 2015 Miners. They're on their feet here at Hooper Stadium. One thing we'll be talking about tonight, Steve, is there is something of a quarterback controversy. Nevada Union have not decided on a starting quarterback, with senior James Schnitzis and sophomore Owen Dalbon battling for the spot. Coach Houlihan said they're both fighting tooth and nail, and he probably won't come up with a starter until after league gets started. He's going to see how the preseason goes and then evaluate. But what a luxury it is to have 2 excellent quarterbacks on your bench. They're walking out with the uniform of their fallen friend. And the crowd is on their feet.
Well, I know for sure Owen Dalbon must have a great arm, as he was a Little League All-Star last year. Although the mechanics of throwing a baseball and a football are markedly different for technical reasons that I won't really get into. But
of course.
But the shoulder strength and the elbow strength both translate.
So the captains are on the field tonight, and we're seeing James Schnitzis and Brian Sparks. That'll be the starting quarterback. I'm sure tonight Sparks will be the running back. And their fallen friend, Mitch Adams, his uniform. I guess I'm choked up about it, to tell you the truth. Mike. Bill. The Hillmen, on the other hand, graduated quarterback Petramano last year, and this year they do have a new quarterback. He is a senior, Marcus Ant, and he'll be taking snacks, 6'3" senior. So we'll see that on the Placer side. Also, Jacob Kopra, the senior guard, he's out there. You'll see he's one of the captains on the field. Keep an eye on this guy. He is a defensive tackle. He's a senior, and he is something to deal with. The Miners will have their hands full keeping him out of the backfield and off their quarterbacks.
On the field, Placer won the toss, chose to defer, so Nevada Union will be kicking into the west. Or excuse me, Placer will be kicking into the east.
So the sun is going down here now in Grass Valley, California. Hooper Stadium is lit up with emotion. as their team is about to take the field for the first time here in 2015. And we will all stand now for the national anthem. And first, Jeff Dellis. Here's the Adams family. Closer, closer. You gotta get closer. 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 Closer to you. There you go.
Mitch and I had a kind of relationship where no matter what, we were close through everything. We were more than friends of anything which we What happened is sad and it was very sad. I know that it is hard for everybody who knows so much. He is a remarkable person. He is sensitive. Generous and loyal and stubborn. He's dedicated and gorgeous and loving. Wicked, smart, and funny. He is funny. There isn't one day where he didn't make me smile and laugh. This is so hard for me to grasp at this point in time. Life feels frozen. I feel like I'm numb, and I feel like my heart is shattered. I feel like screaming, and I also feel like I can't keep going. He loves, and when he loves,
You have a handheld microphone on the left-hand side over by the ball. Stick that up the window also. Make sure it's turned on.
So as we watch the Adams family on the track here at Hooper Stadium, preceding the Placer game, our hearts all go out to the family. And now we'll have our national anthem.
Which I believe will be sung by the Nevada Union Boys Choir.
This is Doug Hartman and the Miners Choir. great rendition of the national anthem. Well, a very solemn Hooper Stadium will now try to play a little football, Steve.
And you can bet neither team has forgotten about the season opener last year where Nevada Union went into Placer, expected to go and lose their 11th in a row, and instead wiped out Placer and frankly stunning everyone in the crowd, including ourselves.
I do remember that game, and I'll tell you, I think tonight could be a very similar game. We've got 3 sophomores in the backfield, however, for Nevada Union, and we have a very fast and very big Placer team.
And you can bet if there was even a little bit last year of Placer looking past NU, that is not going to show up here tonight. These teams are going to be treating this like a championship game.
Back for NU, number 23, Owen Day will receive on the right.
Andreas Prieto with the kick.
And this is Day. He'll take the ball at the 2-yard line. Looking for room up the middle, finds a bit. They'll have him down, and they'll start the offense on about the 21-yard line. It is a bit of a challenge for us up here. We don't know who they will be starting. This is a preseason game. Coach Houlihan will mix and match his backfield and his offensive line, he told us.
And Nevada Union has upperclassmen in variable numbers.
Snitsis starts under center, and he will throw the ball, and it's received the first pass of the game. Fantastic catch right over the shoulder. That's number 17, Hayden Fay. Hayden Fay finding the football, plucking it out of the air.
And that was excellent pass coverage, but the defender had his back to the play. He had no chance at trying to disrupt that pass, just trying to face guard, and that was clearly not good enough. 48-yard pass.
Who would have thought they're going to throw a long bomb here, a Hail Mary to start the game. Fay now going to the right. He'll set up on the right end. This is number 23, Owen Day. He'll find some room on the right side. He's going to make it all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Couple of big plays, and here's a replay of the pass. All kinds of time for James Schnitzness, and he puts it right in the breadbasket of Hayden Fay. Excellent pass, excellent catch. Even some more yards after the contact. That is just great speed by Hayden Fay.
From the 5, the Miners, they'll go up the middle and get just one. And that's number 20, Justin Houlihan, the sophomore we talked about. Hayden Fay, we might also mention, the wide receiver who caught that bomb. He too is a sophomore, along with Justin Houlihan. Coach Dennis Houlihan clearly knows playmakers when he sees them, putting these sophomores in the game, and they're paying dividends immediately.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. First play of the game, deep pass to the sophomore, but it worked out very well.
He wants to take the smoke out of Placer's fire immediately. Off the right side, he's going to keep the ball. Not able to gain much. Maybe he gets one down at the 4. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Almost got horse collared, but a good job of the defender to not get his hand under the jersey into the shoulder guard and just grabbing jersey.
Big 3rd down play here, Steve. After that long bomb, they've got to get it in the end zone or Placer will score a victory on this first drive.
And it looks like we have a sideline infraction against Placer, so that'll be a warning. Early in the game, too. That might come back later on tonight.
That's a fact. All right, we're live. Big 3rd down play here from the 4. And it looks like they left early. Let's see what the call is.
Yeah, big false start. That'll push him back to the 10.
So Schnitzis will come over to the sideline and talk to the coach. It's a whole different ball game from the 10 as it was from the 4.
And now suddenly Nevada Union will be happy with 3 points.
One thing you can bet, Steve, is they'll have somebody on Hayden Fay. They'll be looking for the Miners to put the ball up here.
2 in the backfield, 3 in the backfield now.
Here comes Schnitzis. He's going to throw and not even close. So the Miners will stall on the 9-yard line. But wait, there's a flag on the field. The Miners are saying it's against Placer. Let's see what it is. I don't see a flag down now, Steve. They may have picked it up.
Yeah, I didn't see any flags either, and the referees are certainly making no attempt.
So the field goal squad is out on the field. It looks like number 14 is going to do the honors. That's Logan Steimers.
Be a 22-yard attempt.
Lots of fit there. No good. Plenty of room. Just couldn't find the crossbars. So the Miners will give it up on the 9-yard line after a stellar start. And with that, we're going to take 30 seconds here. This is the TouchdownProductions.com network. We'll be right back.
Magnuson's Toyota and Scion is celebrating 25 years serving you in the foothills. Right now, Magnuson's carries the first all-electric SUV, and they're still the home of the Toyota Tundra. Magnuson's Dodge Chrysler Jeep is right down the street and features the new Ram diesel truck, Jeep Wranglers, and Grand Jeep Cherokee. It's Magnuson's Auburn Toyota and Magnuson's Dodge, both in Auburn.
So what you're seeing is the celebration while we were away. The very first play from scrimmage for the Placer Hillmen was a strike. Logan Van Ripper, the quarterback, hits Owen Scott, number 21, his running back, wide open for a 90-yard touchdown. And with that said, the Placer Hillmen go ahead 6-0. Steve, can you describe that play?
Pretty much it was just a fake handoff up the middle to buy some time for Van Ripper. And just a straight streak up the middle by Owen Scott. No fancy plays at all.
And just as...
Hang on, we do have a flag on the field. This will probably be another sideline infraction against Placer. So this will take effect on the kickoff. This is Andreas Prieto for the point after.
Bad snap here. Prieto is going to look for something to do and won't find anything. So the good news is they didn't score the extra point, but the bad news is 90 yards on one play. The Hillmen come up with a big strike, going for the long ball, as did the Miners on their first play. There's your Placer Title scoreboard. Thank you, the people at Placer Title. I know them well for sponsoring our scoreboard here at this NU game. Placer High School 6, Nevada Union 0, and this is just the first quarter, friends.
Yeah, that pass play for the 80-yard touchdown. Owen Scott caught that ball around the 50-yard line, so that's a 30-yard strike downfield from Logan Van Ripper. And it was just a dead sprint, but it was a perfect pass. Scott caught that beautifully in stride. Did not have to break stride and lose any momentum in catching that. And that penalty is enforced on the kickoff, so Placer will kick from the 35-yard line. So Prieto will kick now.
Andres Prieto will kick off. Again in the backfield, it'll be Owen Day. He will take the ball on the fly at about the 16-yard line. Not finding any room.
big hit by Joe Robinson.
This
The
is
end of
what
that
we can
play.
expect from this Placer team, Steve. Look at the size of these guys. They have got some real athletes. They're talking how fast they are, especially on their offensive line. Let's keep an eye on number 78 on defense. I beg your pardon, that's number 71, Jacob Capra. Quick off their left side. That's Owen Day. He'll get a few.
Nice job cutting back to the left side after seeing there was no room on the right. Probably got about 3 more yards doing that.
So far, Day is the only one to touch the football. Schnitzes under center. Hands off again. This time it is to Tyler Nielsen.
Gain of about 3, so they're creeping ever closer to that first down mark. Bring up 3rd and 2.
So Nielsen, also the sophomore, 5'9", 160. Not a lot of meat in the backfield, but a lot of speeds. Schnitzes in the shotgun. Looks like he wants to throw the option and decides to keep it. Slides down. I think he made the first down. Slid down awfully early. Yes, they're going to give him the first down. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, he absolutely made the first down. I thought he got hit after the slide, and I believe that's what Andrew Schnitzes is barking at the referee for. His quarterback got drilled after sliding, and no flag is thrown.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Still 8 minutes left in the first quarter. A lot of football left tonight.
Good cutback. That's Nielsen. Nielsen gets the majority of the yardage needed for another first down. I think they're going to give him about 8.
Pretty consistent yards gain on the run. Just kind of eyeballing it. I would say it's right around 8 yards.
With 2nd and 2, they couldn't find 4 yards in the goal line. They said they can find the 2 now.
And great coverage by the line. I believe that was initial contact by number 80 for Placer, who is not on our roster. Well, whoever he is, he laid a good hit on the ball carrier and stopped him for a loss.
3rd down and 4 now. They're going to try the right side. Can't turn his shoulders upfield, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Loss about 5.
So after getting 1 first down, the Miners are unable to move the ball. They'll be punting. And we'll get the first look at their kicking game here for 2015 on the field.
Brandon Merzowski.
Merzowski is a senior. Kind of a wobbly kick. It'll go out of bounds at looks like about the 41-yard line, and the Miners will the Hillman will take over on offense. So far, their offense has traveled 90 yards in one play.
That is a 24-yard punt by Merzowski. Excellent field position for the Hillman.
Hillman on defense will be anchored. Number 20, Justin Houlihan, the sophomore, will be playing middle linebacker.
Now we have a stoppage on the field. Football came flying in from the sidelines.
Defensively, they'll line up. Owen Dalbon, the second-string quarterback, he will start at the left cornerback position. Straight up the middle now, finding room and getting a first down for Placer. That will be Jared Halbert.
That is just the second offensive play run by Placer.
They don't seem to have any problem turning up the yards early here.
80-yard pass, 12-yard run. I'd say they've got a pretty good average.
Yeah. Once again, that's Owen Scott.
And there's a lot of pushing and shoving in the backfield. Looks like number 57 for Nevada Union was mixing it up with number 3 for Placer, Joe Robinson. And I've certainly noticed that as the game has progressed. There is no love lost between these two teams.
2nd and 10, looking for some room. He's finding the corner, turns the corner. That's Marcus Ant. And going out of bounds, and now gets stuck in the kicking net.
The net looks to be all right, though.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. That was actually a bit of a late hit out of bounds. They looked the other way for that one, but Ant had enough. He's got about a foot left for his first down. It's to be 3rd and a foot. They'll hand off and barely make it. That is Owen Scott again.
And there's more extracurricular going on right in front of the Nevada Union bench. All the coaches are screaming at the referees. This time it was Ryan Elkins with Marcus Ante and Jacob Capra. They're going to say he is short on the run.
So it'll be 4th down and a foot.
There's a lot to see out on the field away from the ball.
That's number 22, the big fullback, Morgan Rain. Rain, the fullback, a junior, some kind of a load, makes about 4 yards, and the Hillman will move the chains.
Big 4th down conversion. That would have given a lot of momentum to Nevada Union.
Straight up the middle again. Success in the last play. They'll give it back to Rain.
I would not want to be charged with bringing him down.
No, they're going to challenge the Miner defense with Rain. He only gets about a yard to be 2nd and 9.
I think you're pretty much forced to gang tackle him because if he hits a full head of steam in front of him, I don't think any one person's going to bring him down.
Looking to pass the ball. Here's Ant. Ant doesn't have much time. He's going to try to get rid of it and does. Ant really never had a pocket to set up in. Looked and looked left and then right.
Excellent penetration by the Nevada Union defensive line. They definitely got in the backfield quickly and made sure that Van Ripper didn't feel comfortable.
You know, Steve, after that first 90-yard play and then a couple of first downs, I think the Nevada Union defense is waking up. Here's the 3rd down play. Ant's going to look long. He's got room in the middle, and it's going to be knocked down. Good defensive play out there.
Owen Scott wants a flag, but Owen Delbon was in excellent position. He was definitely going for the ball, and if anything, Owen Scott ran into him. You'll be able to see this pretty clearly on the replay. Delbon is in great position. He goes up for the ball. There is no pass interference at all. Both players going for the ball.
That's just good defense. So with 4th down and long, the Miners are going to choose to go for it.
Placer does have 3 plays of 9 yards or more.
They're going to throw. Here's Ant looking outside, and it's overthrown. His man was wide open. That was number 3, Joe Robinson. Robinson, frustrated out there, hits the turf, knowing he could have had an easy first down. But Ant was unable to deliver the ball, and the Miners will take over.
Well drawn up play, just a quick slant route to the outside, wide open. No one was expecting a play to the corner. And as a result, Nevada Union dodges a bullet on that rushed pass, and they'll take over in decent field position on their own 34-yard line.
Out of the wing tee, Tyler Nielsen, left side, manages to get about 2.
Looked like he had some room in front of him, but he decided to cut back up the middle. I think he had a little bit more room to the outside.
Houlihan in the backfield. They're going to try the long bomb again, and they've got some room. This time it's well covered.
Looked like Anthony Pierce on the coverage. Definitely defended Andrew Link, who was well downfield. Very tight. Didn't look like a lot of hand fighting, so that was just excellent defense.
And if there's any doubt about the strength of his arm, Schnitzes let go with a tight spiral that had to be in the air, 45 yards, Steve. That was one fine pass.
And he had all day to make it, too. Very good coverage.
Oh, off the fingertips of the tight end. That's Andrew Schnitzes.
Yeah, it looked like Logan Crawford for Placer got excellent penetration into the NU backfield and flushed out Schnitzes.
You know, that was a fake draw play. One of the favorite plays of Nevada Union. That was going nowhere, but they completed that pass. Schnitzes had some room. So they'll punt the ball away. Here's the second punt of the night by Morawski. It's going to get a forward bounce, and they're going to get some yardage out of this one. This is going to end up at about...
Looks like the 27.
Yep.
That'll be a 37-yard punt.
So with 2:45 left in the first quarter, Steve, this game feels like it's been going on forever.
Huge plays will do that.
This quarter has been very interesting, and
I mean, it's definitely been defined by the big plays, but both defenses have been standing up. And a little reverse play here.
Inside reverse goes nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like they got a yard.
That was Owen Scott. Beautiful night here in Grass Valley, California. Hope you're joining us online. Nevada Union Miners versus crosstown rival, the Placer Hillmen. Second down. They're around the outside, and it gets hit for a loss in the backfield. I think that is, it looked like number 6, Steve, Jared Fanau.
Yeah, there were a few Miners that managed to get ahead of the blocks and cut off that run. It just took a while to develop, and Nevada Union wasn't willing to wait.
Fanau blitzing in, setting the corner, and taking down Scott for a loss. Third down now and long. Miners in the backfield. They're going to flush him. They're going to flush him out, and they will hit the Hillman for a 3-and-out.
Yeah, only about a 4-yard gain. Good job of getting Van Ripper uncomfortable enough to flush him out of the pocket, and there's really nowhere for him to go in front of him.
Yeah, Van Ripper's not getting any time in the pocket at all, to the credit of the blitzing defense by the Miners. Here's the punt. It goes nowhere, out the side of his foot. He will be lucky to get a few yards, and they're going to down the ball in their own territory. The Miners are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Big opportunity, big field position advantage.
That is only a 10-yard punt.
Yeah, you know, preseason always sniffs out the weaknesses on your team, and both sides don't show a real strong punting game so far.
And Nevada Union right now averaging almost 30 yards. And that was the first from Placer for only 10.
Rolling to his right. Almost throwing the interception. Overthrows his receiver. That was number 23, Owen Day. Out on the right flat, Steve.
Now we're under a minute now, 48.1 seconds. Nevada Union just 1 for 5 through the air. Both NU and Placer completed their first passes for big yards, and Placer has thrown 3 incomplete since then. Nevada Union has thrown 4.
I like the play call on the last play. He had open receiver, he just couldn't hit him. Schnitzes under center. He's going to try to hand off, and does. It's the reverse play. Once again, it's Owen Day.
Anthony Pierce did a good job of tracking him down, and a good tackle to prevent more yards. As it is, only a gain of 4.
So we got third down and about 6. The Miners will try to get this play in before the quarter. It's 21 seconds. They may or may not. They're going to come to the line with less than 10 seconds. Schnitzes takes the snap, wants to pass the ball. Long ball down the field. His receivers don't even see it, and it's incomplete. So as the first quarter ends, scoreboard 6-0 in the favor of the Placer Hillmen.
And with 3.9 seconds left, plays coming in, and it looks like they're going to go for it, 4th and 6.
They're in that area of the field where they can't kick the field goal. And
now we have a quick timeout by Nevada Union. There's 3.9 seconds left in the quarter.
You know, originally the clock had run out, and then they put some time back on the clock apparently, but a bit of confusion on the field, certainly up here in the booth. The Miners decided to go for it on 4th down, and the Hillmen on the other side in defense weren't ready for it. They had to take a timeout.
Yeah, that was an interesting couple of seconds when Nevada Union came out with the call, and Placer had to kind of scramble to figure out what they were doing because they weren't sure whether they had to cover a punt or not. But it looks like they're pretty clearly going for it here, 4th and 6 on the 35-yard line.
Schnitzes needs to complete one of his passes. Look for that rollout to the left this time. He's going to go straight back. He's got a man wide open. He gets the ball. This is number 87. This is brother Andrew Schnitzes.
What a catch.
Yeah, Andrew lost the last one, but he pulled this one in. And Andrew goes out of bounds. It looks like they're going to be down about the 20-yard line. They'll be at the
Wow,
the
what
22,
a catch.
and yeah, that's a fantastic catch just at the end of the first quarter. He's going to go back to his brother tonight and say, hey, listen, can't you throw me a ball that's a little easier to catch? There's your Placer title scoreboard. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Back at Hooper Stadium here, end of the first quarter, and the Miners will take over with first down. Immediately going to the run play. Steve, we got a replay of that last catch.
This was a fantastic catch. Off the line all day for Schnitzes to set up. Placer only brought 4, and it took him a while to get there.
But watch that catch by brother Andrew.
He had to turn the wrong direction and just manages to turn in time, almost a face mask on the tackle by Joe Robinson, but manages to come down clean. And that was a 16-yard fourth down conversion.
Andrew stayed in, blocked, and then released. So here's second down and 12. It's
Flea flicker.
Flea flicker. He's by himself in the end zone. Oh, and it hits his helmet and goes off. Wide open. Everybody had already chalked up 6 points. That is number 17, Hayden Fay, the sophomore. Hayden was the one that caught that magnificent catch earlier, and this one just bonks him on top of the head.
He was going for the over-the-shoulder catch instead of trying to turn around and face the ball, and as a result, he misjudged how far it was flying and got him right between the shoulder pad and the helmet. He's going to be thinking about that one all night.
They had the defense completely fooled by himself. It was just a pitch and catch.
But we have a penalty after the play. I didn't catch what it was, but it was apparently a 10-yarder because that brings up 2nd and 2. How about that? It must have been a hold.
Well, they're going to go for the 2 yards. And the ball's on the ground.
Loose.
What a magnificent hit put on Houlihan. Houlihan coming around the side was met with some aggression. That ball came right up. I believe it was number 5, Anthony Pierce.
He's been involved in a lot of defensive plays. And there goes all that NU momentum. Placer takes over on their own 15.
Wow, what a football game. This thing's got a little bit of everything tonight, Steve. So here comes the Hillman. They're going to pass the ball. No, they're going to be tackled in the backfield.
Slight gain on the play, but not very much.
Marcus Ant once again looking for time to hit a receiver. Had to step up in the pocket and is dropped. Crediting the drop, Ryan Elkins, defensive end. He and a number of other players. Second down and 8. And hands off to his big fullback, who's got some room, and he loses the ball, comes right back up. That's Morgan Rain. We talked about Rain earlier. Morgan decided to dribble once on the way down, ended up getting about 28 yards.
Big play from a big man.
Here's the first down. Straight up the middle again. Rain's going to be handed the football. So here's the replay on that big run, Steve.
And there's really nothing to this. Just a quick handoff, and no one from NU caught it. Gets the ball knocked out nicely by Brian Sparks. Comes right back to him in stride. Doesn't even have to break stride to pick it up. Even more room, tries to cut back, and he's finally brought down.
Here's a handoff, a reverse inside.
That fooled everyone in the press box.
And that was to Waylon Kazad. Kazad, the senior running back's first time he's touched the ball tonight, number 6.
12-yard gain. And that brings him into Nevada Union territory. So Placer was averaging just over 2.5 yards per carry in the first quarter, have put up a couple big runs.
There's another pass. This time it's delivered beautifully. Ryan Hudson, the senior wide receiver, number 2, taking the perfect pass.
Thought that might have even been tipped. There was a linebacker that got a hand up close to where that ball was going.
Logan Van Ripper put it right where it belonged. There it is, another handoff. This time Rain will take it again.
I believe that was actually Jared Halbert. That quick inside move. Gain of 5. Both teams move very fast on offense.
This is Owen Scott around the right side.
And there's going to be a late hit now. This game is getting a little too personal.
Yeah, clearly a late hit. Flag comes in. I think Scott had enough for the first down. It'll be right on the marker. Let's see where they place it after the penalty. It'll be halfway to the goal, and they're going to put it, looks like, right about the 6.5-yard line. Maybe right on the 6.
Not very many penalties for this physical a game.
You know, I think this crew is letting them play. Inside handoff, that's number 22, and he's in the end zone. Morgan Rain, the big workhorse from the fullback position, gets in for the second score of the night for the Hillmen.
And he's going to be tough to spot in that goal line offense. He is a big, imposing figure. And it being 12-0, you have to figure they'll be going for 2 here.
They're going to fake to Rain. He's going to try to find some room. Just throws it up in the back of the end zone and unable to catch the ball. That's Hudson.
Tell you what, that was a great pass. Definitely looked like there was a hold in the backfield, which didn't get called as there was a Miner who got good penetration. Great pass into the corner. Just bounces off the hands of the receiver. Ryan Houston. Although to Houston's credit, he was trying to keep a foot in bounds and falling out of bounds trying to catch it. Still, if the pass hits you in the hands, you got to come down with it.
So with 8 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock, the Miners go down by 12 to the Placer Hillmen.
Man, it just seems like these quarters are NFL length.
The offense, both offenses are running plays very quickly from center. They're getting in and out of that huddle, and they're on the line, it seems like, faster than most.
See the Placer Title Company scoreboard. Placer scoring 1 touchdown and no points after in both of the first 2 quarters. And late on the field is Case Scott. He sprints out there onto the 20-yard line.
This will be Owen Day again. Day will take it on about the 5. He's looking for some room. Trying to get to the outside. Ends up getting it out to the 20-yard line where the Miners will take over. Miners desperately in need of some offense here.
The sad thing is they don't really need – they have great offensive production, averaging almost 5 yards per carry in the first quarter. They just need to keep hitting that and keep grinding along until they can get that score.
Quick inside. That's Nielsen.
It looks like that'll be a loss of a yard.
Not much deception on that play.
Now the wing tee is built on deception.
And if you don't have it, it's not going anywhere. Nielsen found himself dancing in the backfield with no hole.
Like a late call coming in from the bench. Andrew Link will be the near side quarterback. 2 in the backfield, now spread out to 1.
This is handing off. Again, they try the left side this time. Owen Day.
That's going to be no gain. That'll be 3rd and 12. And they pretty much have to go through the air unless they have some sort of fantastic trick play that we haven't seen.
Let's see if the Schnitzes brothers can hook up again. He's going to look. There's no room. That play was slow in developing, and James really had to turn around and just release the ball.
Yeah, with the tight end releasing off of the block quickly, that really opened up the right side for Placer to rush the quarterback, and that's exactly what they did.
Borowski back to kick. They're going to bounce one. He's going to go for it. He might have some room. Let's see if he can turn the corner. Borowski's going to try and get there. He doesn't. He was brought down maybe 1 yard short. That ball bounced in front of him by a foot. It was a bad snap from center. Darn near picked it up and made something out of it. So the Hillman will take over.
Kind of sad that's the best run of the quarter, 10 yards.
Yeah, he had some room. If he had just turned his shoulders a little earlier and put his head down, he probably would have gotten the first down.
But Placer takes over on the NU 28.
Loss of time, looking for his man, and it's beautifully batted away. Great defensive play.
Hayden Fay.
Hayden Fay does the job on defense.
Great job. Didn't go for the pick, just wanted to get a hand up there and break that pass up.
In the game now for Placer, number 8, Xavier Lovelace. He'll be out on the left on wide receiver. They're going to go inside.
Pretty good game. That quick inside handoff to Jared Halbert. He has a very quick inside move. It's almost like a juke move to the inside. But it's so fast that NU's secondary can't react to it fast enough to stop it at the line.
Well, they're in 2-down territory here. They're 3rd down now and about 6. He's going to try and throw the ball. It's a screen pass right over the middle. Great passing catch. That's Derek Haney, number 4, the tight end, catching his first ball tonight.
That a 16-yard pass on 3rd down. And that is the first 3rd down conversion of the game for Placer.
They're going to pound back inside with their big man, Morgan Rain. Rain puts his head down, gets maybe a yard. I know it's the second quarter, Steve, but if they score again, it might just put the lights out. This NU team needs to get some offense going. They haven't been able to produce it tonight. Had some opportunities. Pass in the corner. They're going to put it up for grabs for Lovelace. He can't come down with it.
Nicely defended. 2 Miners were there going for the pick. And that was more than sufficient to break that pass up.
Yeah, that was number 17, Hayden Fay, up there to knock that down. Great play defensively by the defensive backs tonight for the Miners.
And they've really had to do a lot of work. Also a good job of the defensive line for the Miners getting in and putting pressure on Ante and Van Ripper, whoever happens to be at the quarterback position. They've been getting in deep and making sure the quarterbacks can't step up and make clean passes.
Here's the third down play. They're going to look to pass the ball again. He's getting some pressure. He's going to throw it to the back of the end zone, finds his man. That's Hudson. And good job by not only Hudson to find an open space, but Logan Van Ripper had presence of mind to wander around the backfield and then find his man.
And that was really a great job. There was the scrambling of the quarterback. He scrambled left, and that caused the secondary of Nevada Union on that side of the field to creep up to make sure he couldn't run it in, and that left a wide receiver wide open in the back of the end zone.
This one does go through, the extra point being good. 19-0. The Hillman really taking charge here. We're going to find out early in the season, Steve, what kind of character this NU team has. They need to get up and get something on the scoreboard here in this next series. There's your Tripp Auto Body and Placer Tile Company scoreboard.
And Placer's offense just steamrolling Nevada Union right now. And while we get set for the kickoff, we'll step aside, but we will be back in 30 seconds. It's the Hillman at the Miners on your Touchdown Production Sports Network.
Anything Green Hydroponics is your source for hydro systems, grow lights, and soils. Anything Green offers a complete range of organic nutrients as well as fungicides, miticides, and predatory bugs. Anything Green Hydroponics has just received this year's soil. Get your totes, pallets, or individual bags. Stay tuned for future workshops. It's all at Anything Green Hydroponics.
A lot of life goes on in 30 seconds, and we're back. The kickoff went into the end zone, so the Miners will take over on their own 20. Paul Brown along with Steve Sitter. Steve did the JV game earlier. You are the Iron Man, Steve. TouchdownProductions.com, your source for community television since 1997. We'll be talking more about that later. The Miners need to get on the scoreboard. Going to the long ball, down the middle of the field, and broken up nicely. That looks like Lovelace. No, I beg your pardon.
That's Houston.
That's Houston.
And he is upset with himself. They didn't make that catch, and it also looked like he came down hard on his leg, so he will come up. He's actually swinging his arm around like it messed up his rotator cuff. So Houston will come out, and Kozad will come in.
Coach Houlihan going for the long ball right off the get-go. Once again, miscommunication between quarterback and receiver.
That was Owen Day, who just did not turn around to see that ball in the air.
I gotta say though, James Schnitzes has a beautiful ball. He throws a nice touch pass. He just needs to find a receiver that can look around and catch it.
And more than that, he needs to find a receiver that's open. With the exception of that big play in the end zone to Hayden Fay, every pass that he has thrown has been to a receiver who has been pretty well covered.
Third down, they're gonna go with the screen ball in the middle. He needs to find some room. Gets about 5 yards. Once again, they're going to Houlihan. So it'll be third down and 5. Let's see if they decide to punt. They do. Coach Dennis Houlihan. We'll hope he can transfer some field position. He didn't get the first down on this first series. 2 incomplete passes and a screen.
Let's see if we can't get a good snap this time for the punt. Perfect strike.
And a beautiful ball, best we've seen tonight. There's a block in the back that will be called. The flag is down. Anthony Pierce.
Yeah, that was pretty flagrant. You could hear the crowd react to that block.
So the ball will come back. To the place of the foul, I believe, Steve.
Should go to that plus 10.
The official is showing the block in the back, and they will march it off.
So that is a 33-yard punt. About a 20-yard return, and that penalty will actually bring it back. 30 yards.
Wow, so they're going to start on about the 32-yard line. Nevada Union defense needs to do something here. They need to get this football back and get it back in a hurry. Handoff goes to the right side. He's got some room, and he's going to go out of bounds after gaining about 6. Owen Scott touching the ball again, as he has tonight on quite a number of occasions. Scott being the workhorse on the Placer Miner backfield. Lovelace comes back in the game and will set up on the left.
Still more than 4 minutes left in the half.
Logan looks to pass the ball. Big arm, stretches it out, but can't find a receiver. Overthrows Haney.
He tried just a little too hard to air it out, and his fundamentals took the hit as a result. But there's a flag down in the backfield. Well in the backfield. Now they move it a bit closer. Still 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Typical preseason game, Steve. These quarterbacks are overthrowing their receivers, and it's partly the receiver's fault. They're running good patterns. They're just not getting to the spot.
And that will be a hold, so they'll march that back 10 yards.
So Coach Houlihan decides to take the penalty. I would.
So it'll be 2nd and 20.
Once again, there's the draw play. They smell the draw play out.
Gain of maybe 5.
Scott again with the carry.
They'll have a 3rd and very long. I think we can round it to 15.
Hey, if the Miners can hold on this play right here, they could find themselves with some decent field position and 3 minutes on the clock.
Placer's only punt was for 10 yards.
Back to pass. He's being covered, and he gets the ball away. Nice catch, and he found some room in the sideline. Missed tackles will result in a Placer touchdown. I don't know how Van Ripper got that ball away. He had hands and feet in his face. Managed to find the receiver, get the ball away. That was Derek Haney. Everything went wrong with that play at that time for the Miners.
That was a perfect pass.
And then missed tackles. It was 3rd and 20.
Just about. And after the catch, he still had about 5 yards to go to get to the first down marker. And NU was going for the stop right there instead of sealing up the corner. That kick is good, and you'll see it on the replay, what Nevada Union was trying to do and how Placer took advantage of it. Great missed tackle. Jared Finau gets that pass off. Wide open, so a missed coverage somewhere in the backfield. And now all the Miners are trying to do is tackle him right there. Big block comes in, and by that time there's no one in front. The entire secondary was devoted to the center of the field, and instead of trying to just get the tackle and stop him, they were trying to stop him in one specific point. And using that, Haney was able to slip by down the sideline for the score. 74 yards.
Owen Scott for that as much as you can credit the pass. Scott came in and made a crunching block. He took out 2 defenders.
See the Placer Title Company scoreboard. Placer scoring 20 in this quarter. Added to the 6 in the first, and Nevada Union still unable to find the end zone.
So they'll kick the ball off again. Once again here, Houlihan will take the ball. Beg your pardon, that's Owen Day. And you can see the shoulders and the body language of this Nevada Union team a bit demoralized after that last play. They had their hopes up for some field position and ended up giving up a touchdown with 3rd and 20.
So we'll watch this play again in real time, how it develops.
Missing the sack, completing the pass, missing the tackle. Look at that block. That block took out 2 defenders. Credit the block for the touchdown. Back to real action here. There's a flag down the play. Miners have 2:59 left in the quarter, and they can't get off the field fast enough.
Now this is going to be a hold against Nevada Union, so 10 yards for them. And that's just a symbol for a demoralized team.
First down and 15. They're going to hand off, try to go up the middle. Coach Houlihan's going to work with his offensive line, see if they can move some defenders, create some room.
They only got about 2 yards on that play. So 2nd and still very long.
It wouldn't surprise me if Placer takes a timeout after this play. They're going to try and get the football back. Looking down the sideline, there's a beautiful ball. And it's caught, but I think it's out of bounds. Let's see if they give it to him. No, it's out of bounds. What a catch, though.
And I have a feeling this is going to be very bad for Nevada Union. I saw that landing. He hit the back of his head hard on the track alongside the sideline.
That's the sophomore Hayden Fay. Hayden bounces right back up again. They're talking to him. He says, nah. Tough kid.
And after the injury in the JV game where the ambulance had to get involved, I am frankly a bit surprised that Hayden Fay is still in this play.
3rd down, they need a lot of yardage, and they get a great pass and hit. Unfortunately, he hadn't run a route. They gave them a 1st down. He's going to be short by about 4. Another vicious hit on the field, Steve. That was a big-time hit. Number 87, Andrew Schnitzis. We're going to call timeout now. What is, it'll be on, Placer will be taking the timeout.
Yeah, with just over 2 minutes left, and you know this is so that they have enough time to get possession and go for a score. So we'll have a 4th and about 4 when we come back in 30 seconds on your Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I've been shopping here for about 20 years, and the people are very courteous, and I especially like the meat counter. It's nice. You have a great selection, very helpful.
Because it's local, it's small, they have wonderful selections of things I need, and the personnel are very nice.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Here's the 4th down play. They will snap and punt. Placer hoping to get a better kick and does. Forward bounce is going to take it here past the 30-yard line, just what the doctor ordered. The Hillman will defend from about the NU 25. I beg your pardon. The Hillman would take over on offense.
That's a 44-yard punt.
That was what they needed.
Easily the longest of the night. That puts their average closer to 35 yards per punt.
Miners on defense now. 2 minutes left on the clock. They throw the screenplay. Beautiful play call this time. In the open field, he's going to go the wall. He's going to go the distance. You could see that one coming. One defender left, and he had momentum. Touchdown Placer as they run the clock up right before the half. Scoring twice with less than 4 minutes on the clock. Steve, I thought that was a brilliant play call.
Yeah, that was definitely not what Nevada Union was looking for, and not the kind of play that Placer has called. That's the sort of play where if they want the ball there, they'll just run it there. Quick up the middle by Morgan Rain. But a screen pass is not something Placer has done too much of tonight.
Joey Montoya knew that they would be rushing, knew that they would try to pass the ball, and so took advantage of that defensive rush, threw the screenplay out to the right, and it was nothing but daylight. Was that Haney or was that Houston that made the touchdown?
I believe that was Haney.
$33-0. Right before the half. Miners taking a trouncing here on their opener.
And it's just been a breakdown of defense, which has really been a breakdown of morale. And you see the Placer Title Company scoreboard. Placer scoring 27 points in the second quarter, and it's just been off of big plays. 76-yard pass, 74-yard pass. Just one time they had to grind one out. Well, let's take a look at this play once again. See, they only rushed 3, and there is nothing but room on the right side.
There's no one out there, no defender out there.
And 2 great blocks free up more space. And now suddenly he gets forced to the outside, and no one from NU is anywhere near the outside.
And here's Brian Sparks, number 4. And he was all by himself out there, just couldn't make the tackle. That was number 21, Owen Scott. Here we were trying to give it to Haney. Owen Scott deserves a touchdown tonight.
And the kickoff goes into the Nevada Union end zone, so they'll take over on their own 20. With the exception of the last possession NU had in the first quarter, they have not started better than their own 34-yard line.
Handoff inside. That play gets a few groans from the crowd. Kind of makes a statement that Coach Houlihan just wants to get in the barn. He's going to keep that clock running. Now,
another run up the middle goes about 2 yards ahead. 35 seconds left in the half. You get the feeling that they're just going to do another run up the middle and get into the clubhouse.
They're going to try the left side this time. A little bit of room for Tyler Nielsen.
Only a gain of about 3, and that'll run the clock out.
So that's the half on a very emotional first half of football here at Hooper Stadium. So much going on with this team that we'll discuss at halftime. There's your Placer Title Company scoreboard. Placer Hillmen running the score up in the second quarter by 27. Nevada Union, Steve, had a couple of opportunities, and there are significant plays that we will discuss when we come back from break, but momentum certainly has turned.
Markedly so. Especially going up, I'm just taking a look at these numbers. Such a radical swing between the two quarters. And really, Nevada Union never had a chance to score in the second quarter. Placer completely upped their game offensively and defensively, especially through the air, and that'll definitely be reflected in the statistics.
We'll go out to center field, and we'll watch a routine here by the Nevada Union Miner cheerleading squad. After which Steve Sitter will give us some stats for the first half. Flying high from Mitch Adams. You know, our producer Gil Dominguez makes a very, very good point. This accident that Mitch incurred on Monday last week, they didn't have a practice on Monday. And it was very disconcerting for the entire team. So the coach pulled practice on Monday. And then with Mitch's passing, it has been a very, very emotional time for the team, as you can imagine. Like we said at the top of the show, Mitch was a starter. He was an integral part of this team. He was one of those guys that was liked. And with the lack of practice and the emotional downturn the team has taken, it's going to be bad things happening. I think the scoreboard reflects that, 33-0. So with that said, we're going to leave Hooper Stadium for a moment, for 30 seconds. This is TouchdownProductions.com, your NorCal Game of the Week. Come on back for the second half.
Welcome to Plaza Tire and Automotive Service in Grass Valley. At Plaza Tire and Automotive Service, the customer comes first. We only do what's right for the customer, not necessarily what's right for business. Third generation family member, learned all that I know from my Grandpa Fred, my dad, my Uncle Mike, my grandma. My entire family's been a huge part of learning about the automotive industry. Grass Valley is our 4th location, and you can also find us in Colfax, Penn Valley, and Nevada City. I am Blake Hauser, and I welcome you to join us for the grand opening at our Grass Valley location.
Back here at Hooper Stadium, about ready to kick off the second half of this football game at Nevada Union Miners against the Placer Hillmen. You can see the Placer title scoreboard. The first kick goes very short. It's a spinner. And so Placer will take over and have field position to start. Steve, give us an overview on the stats of the first half.
Well, I can tell you the difference in this game right away, and it's not that Nevada Union only has a 29% completion percentage, and it's not that Placer's is 46%, and it's not punt yards. It's in the first quarter, Nevada Union had 117 total yards, and Placer had 105. Second quarter, NU had 30, and Placer had 263. That's the game.
That's it in a nutshell right there. Well, the handoff goes to the left side, and immediately Placer is back to their old ways, getting about 30 yards. Logan Van Ripper, quarterback, hands off to Owen Scott, number 21, and Owen has been running all over the Miner defense. First down from the 39, straight up the middle. Gain of only about 2, that's Morgan Rain.
If Placer throws the ball on anything other than 3rd and long for the rest of this game, I will be shocked. They really have no need. They're averaging almost 5 yards a carry through the first half.
Well, we've got the paddles ready for you if you do go into shock, Steve. Second down, inside handoff, reverse, goes nowhere.
In fact, he even lost a yard.
That's Michael Friera, the junior. He's in the game now. Good to see Coach Montoya using some of his secondary. This is a preseason game. Let's give everybody a chance to play. Third down.
This would be a passing situation.
Back to pass. He's got a wide open receiver. It's almost picked off. Number 10.
Case Scott.
Case Scott, yep. We saw Case last year. He started as a junior. Darner picked it off. Good defensive play nonetheless.
A little late getting in the air. That was the only difference. If he had jumped a split second sooner, he'd have gotten it.
So it's 4th down, and they will go for it. Placer, they're going to throw. He's got time. He's pulled down the backfield.
There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage, though. This could change everything.
And they're pointing that it's against Placer. Let's see. Great sack by number 77.
Now we'll see the replay. Yeah, the call is a hold on Placer. That will definitely be declined. You see it right at the top of the screen there, trying to drag him down. Rodrigo Gonzalez. And just pulls him down. That is an 8-yard sack, first of the game.
NU smells blood. They want to go long. He's got it. Oh, it goes through his hands.
That was Hayden Fade. He goes down hard again.
You know, Hayden has had his opportunity. He caught that first ball on the first play from scrimmage, and then dropped a touchdown, and now that one. Fay is a sophomore. We're going to cut him some slack. He certainly is getting open.
But there is a face mask against Placer.
Wow.
Oh, March. I believe this will be a 5-yard since it was an accidental face mask. That'll be a 5-yard penalty for Placer. But it will bring up 1st and 5.
First down. Ball goes on the ground, and I think.
Nice recovery by Tyler Nielsen.
Nielsen gets the ball, though, and he was mauled while he was on the ground. His face mask, he almost had his helmet pulled off. I think the culprit was number 5, Anthony Pierce. But I would be upset, too. Nevada Union, on the other side of the coin, is lucky to have the football.
So a 5-yard penalty and a 5-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 10. Owen Delbon is now the quarterback.
And Delbon promptly rolls to his right and throws a strike in for an 8-yard gain. Tyler Nielsen catches Delbon's pass, and the Miners are in business.
Yeah, Delbon getting a chance now to show what he can do. And the first half for Schnitzis saw him throw just 4 for 14 and 82 yards through the air.
Delbon hands off, and the ball slides and on the ground, but rolls out of bounds. Oh, that's funny. One of the coaches, after it rolls out of bounds, bats it back in. And that's not going to help much.
That was an 8-yard loss on the run.
I'd like to see a replay on that, Gil. Ball bounds out of bounds, and the coach tries to help it out, throws it back in.
Might be some sort of obscure drill.
4th down now. Punting unit is on the field. Gets a great punt away, best we've seen tonight. And he's met immediately, but eludes the tackle. This is Pierce. Pierce still on his feet. There's flags all over the field. We've got a player down.
That's Schnitzis. Andrew Schnitzis, who was down.
Andrew's back up now. He looks like he got the air knocked out of him. Pierce running wild in the backfield. Looked like he was going to get loose after evading the first tackler who should have had him. Let's see what this flag is all about.
38-yard kick. Very impressive.
That was a pretty kick. He seems to be getting better as the game goes on.
That's going to be a block to the back against Nevada Union.
Wow.
So an 18-yard return, and then they're going to step off, I believe, 10 more for the block to the back.
So Placer will take over. with their 33-point lead. 8:58 left in the third quarter. Now the officials are rediscussing the spot, Steve. You and I both thought it was a bit much. They're going to remake the call. No, the hold was against Placer.
Well, it was one team or the other, so I guess it came up tails when it should have come up heads.
This is preseason. We got to cut the officials some slack too, I suppose.
So instead of taking over on their own 46, they will take over on their own 26.
Yeah, when you said it was holding on Nevada Union, both of us looked at each other wondering how you could have a hold on defense.
A block to the back on a punt would be if someone broke through the line of scrimmage going for the block.
Yeah, don't go the other. It's too confusing.
It's possible, but it wouldn't have been downfield.
Nevada Union starts first and 10. The 29-yard line. Here it is. Placer, hands off. Good tackle that time.
Now there's a Miner down on the field, but he will be...
That's number 4. That's the tackler, Brian Sparks.
Oh, he's very gingerly putting weight on his left foot.
He's going to shake it off. Sparks came up, made an excellent tackle. Second down now and 8. Placer. They want to pass. There's a hold in the backfield. It's not called. And the pass is incomplete, so it'll be third down. So Steve Sitter, let's talk about the new TouchdownProductions.com network. This is an all-access pass for those viewers that like to see all the latest programs, including NU, Bear River, Placer, football, volleyball.
Can't forget basketball.
Absolutely, and you and I will be doing NU basketball this season, plus over 2,500 other programs. Here's what you get with an all-access pass. You get a 50% off membership through 9/31. Videos on demand. As we see Placer, flags go down. Placer's eating up some more yardage, but it's probably going to come back. Once we are built out, you will be able to view all of the shows that Touchdowns Production has produced since 1997. And I'm waiting for a price on the. I believe it's $5 a month. That's all you'll have to do. Go to touchdownproductions.com. $5 a month gets you access to all of these events.
Back on the field, there's another hold against Placer, another 10-yard penalty, so they're looking at third and about 16, let's call it.
Looking for someone to throw to, finds it. A great pass and catch.
That'd be a gain of about 10. Waylon Kozad on the reception. But that will bring out the punt unit. Placer has only punted once, and it was only for 10 yards.
Remember, it was a lousy punt. Let's see if he gets a better punt off this time.
And that would be the time to practice. Much better punt this time. This will take a big Placer bounce. This will be a 52-yard punt. That'll definitely help out the average.
So the Miners will come back on the field, down 33 points. They're going to be working on their offense, looking for something that's going to work. You've got to know that second stringers are going to be making their way into the defensive lineup. Back in at quarterback is Owen Dalbon. Dalbon showing some good arm in his first series.
1 for 1 for 7 yards. Unfortunately, that was marred by an 8-yard loss and a 5-yard loss on the run, and it looks like we are going to have a Placer penalty.
I believe it's a hold, Steve. They're going to march it up 10 yards.
That's actually 15 yards.
Yeah, sure enough, and it's going to start.
I'm going to guess, looking at Placer, how far from the sideline they are, that it was a sideline infraction.
Miners decide to stay on the ground, gain of about 2.
That I've never seen a bench do that. They were so close to the sideline before, and now they've backed up a good 10 feet.
They're back on the track now.
I suppose when you're up 33-0, there's absolutely no reason to help out your opponent.
Second and 8. They'll pitch the ball out, nowhere to go. It's going to be a loss of about 5. Very little deception on that play, Steve. Delbon just pitched it out.
Yeah, so far in this quarter, they have negative 14 rushing yards.
Yeah. Houlihan basically was out there on the right side, just naked. Very little blocking, not much going on. We're back to 3rd and 10 again. Mercifully, the clock ticks down below 6 minutes. Miners look to pass the ball. Delbon trying to find some room. He's going to run it. Nothing but white jerseys around him. He'll go out of bounds.
They'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring out the punt unit for the 6th punt of the night.
Miners will be punting from about the 15-yard line. Back to receive it, Anthony Pierce. Good boot. Pierce will try to field it over towards the sideline, but it'll go out of bounds. And they'll start at their own 42.
That'll be a 28-yard punt. That is, I believe, the worst of the night.
Inside handoff. Here's their big fullback. That's Morgan Rain.
He just ran over Jared Finau, knocked his helmet off and kept going. That is impressive power.
It really is. They're going to find that Rain is going to be a big-time weapon for them as the season progresses, I believe. You know, he doesn't have much lateral movement. He is a straight runner. You hand the ball to him, he's like a bull. But he is very, very effective, especially on that slant play.
I think I would want something more than a red cape if I was trying to tackle him.
You're kidding. Here's 1st and 10. Looking for something on the outside. That is number 10, Ferreira.
Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like loss of half a yard.
Beautiful night here in Northern California.
It's cooled down very nicely.
It has. Grass Valley, California, beautiful place to live. Nestled in the foothills above Sacramento. If you're watching us online, happen to come across us. Division I football played here at Nevada Union High School. Looking to pass. He's wide open. Let's see if they can make a play on it. No. Good defensive play. Out there. That's number 12. And we don't have a 12 on, and so I'm not sure who it is. It's a second stringer.
Good defense, whoever he was.
Very good.
Another early down pass for Placer. I am a bit surprised at that. Up 33-0, going for those big plays.
Inside, they're going to give it to the Bull, and he's going to take care of business for him.
Very close to the first down.
Morgan Rain with 3rd and 10. And Rain, let's see where they spot it. Boy, they're going to spot it really close. They may make a measurement on this. No, they're not going to give him that good a spot. I think they're going to say it's 4th down. Odds are they'll hand it right back to Rain, though.
I don't know why they wouldn't. Certainly not going to punt.
Rain is one of those rare runners that can run very, very low to the ground. He's built like a bowling ball. They'll give it back to him.
And tries to run over Brian Sparks, can't do it. Sparks brings him down, but after an impressive gain of about 10 yards.
This guy Rain is a junior. They don't have the stats on him about how much he weighs. I'm going to guess he goes 220. But we'll keep an eye on him as the season progresses. Steve Sitter and I will be at Placer next week. There's an outside handoff. It will be Placer's home opener next week. As I mentioned, Steve and I will be there. They'll play Pioneer, which we'll see Pioneer against this NU team as well later on in the schedule. Pioneer is a formidable opponent. We should see a very good football game next week. 2nd down. Inside handoff. This time the Miners hold.
That'll be no gain and bring up another 3rd down. Placer's 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions in this quarter.
And the reason being is named Morgan Rain. Let's see if they go back to Rain again. Coming into the ball game at wide receiver, Xavier Lovelace. I believe Lovelace has 1 catch tonight. They're going to hand it out. They're going to try the outside. Here comes the defense, and they're going to hold them to a gain of about 3. So they'll be 4th down now and 3 or 4.
They are 1 for 2 on 4th down conversions in this quarter, 2 for 4 in the game. In fact, both Placer turnovers have been on downs. It looks like that wouldn't be the punt unit, that's the field goal unit coming on. This will be a sizable field goal. Looks like it'll be 32 yards.
Ball is down. Lots of leg. Let's see if he's got the right spot. He does. Right in the heart. That's impressive, Steve. Number 4, Derek Haney, pumps right down the middle with plenty to spare from 30 yards out. So
that was a nice kick. Jared Fanau was sniffing a block, but he just got there a bit too late.
This Placer team is impressive. They made a run last year and got to the playoffs, and I don't see why they shouldn't this year with what I'm seeing here in this first game. It's early, obviously, but still, they seem to have all the weapons. Nevada Union will come back on the field, and they will receive the kick.
I think right now they're playing for 3 points. Anything that's not round. And the Placer Title Company scoreboard. Placer scoring in all 3 quarters. Still 1:47 left in the 3rd. And this is the first time they were held to a field goal And Nevada Union still looking for any points whatsoever.
Straight up the middle. And then pulled down. That's Fay.
Ran into his own blocker.
Needed to slow down just a bit and wait to see if the hole developed. So Owen Dalvon will come back onto the field as quarterback.
Nah, Schnitzes just ran out there.
Schnitzes is beginning the majority of the snaps tonight. Yes, it is. Schnitzes back. Ball is batted away. And did he get it?
Brett Styler, I believe he did.
He did. Interception. Ball batted. I thought it hit the ground, but apparently they're going to call it an interception. And the problems just keep stacking up tonight for the Nevada Union Miners. Here's a replay.
And this was just excellent defense. Just throw the hands up there, throws it up in the air, and nice concentration by Brett Styler to come down with it.
So the best field position of the second half.
Of the game.
Yeah, for Placer.
Always nice when you can take over in the red zone.
They're going to hand it up the middle, and it's going to go nowhere. I believe that was Scott.
Just over a minute left in the third quarter. And if this ball stays on the ground, there will be maybe 2 plays left.
You'll have to excuse us. Players are coming in the game now that have jerseys that we don't have numbers and names to match them. Inside handoff now, bouncing to the outside.
That's Halbert. Halbert lose about 3.
Less than a minute on the clock now. They may or may not get another playoff before the quarter.
Well, 3rd and 14, they may go to the air now. And if incomplete, that could stop the clock.
No, they're not going to even try to get the playoff before the quarter. They're going to bring it over to the sideline. Let the time tick down.
Probably a good call.
So as the Miners and the Hillmen come off the field, that's the end of the third quarter. 36-0 on the scoreboard. Placer Hillman trouncing the Miners on their home field in their opener. And with that said, we will take 30 seconds and go to break. This is your TouchdownProductions.com NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Your car is one of the most important assets you own. And Reeby's Auto Parts is dedicated to helping you keep it in tip-top condition. Reeby's Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business since 1956. We have a friendly and knowledgeable staff, and as a Napa Auto Parts dealer, you're sure to find the right part you need from either of our 2 Nevada County locations. You can always count on Reeby's to be there when you need us. It's Reeby's Auto Parts in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
So we'll change ends of the field now for the fourth quarter. Hillman looking to get another 3 points on the board here. At a minimum, 3rd down now and about 14. And with false start, they'll back it up again a little bit more. It'll be now 3rd down and about 20. Last offensive series, they showed us they have a kicker that can work from this part of the field.
And you take a look at the Placer Title Company scoreboard. Placer has scored in all 3 quarters, and they are poised to make it 4. And if there is one thing Placer needs to work on, it would be penalties. That is their 8th penalty for 95 yards. And against a competitive team, that could be the difference between winning and losing.
Quick inside handoff. Going to Halbert. Nothing doing. As he's met by Caleb Patterson. Patterson doing a good job inside tonight.
And here comes the field goal unit. This will be another boomer of a kick.
You know, why not? Let's see how much distance he has in that leg. This would be quite a weapon if they can score from the 32, 33 yard line here. At the high school level, if you've got a kicker that can score at 70% from this distance, it's huge.
This will be a 41-yard try. Plenty of distance.
And no good.
Just missed wide left.
Boy, he sure got a nice kickoff. He could have easily gotten another 10 yards back. Going to have to just work on positioning that ball through the uprights.
And that was a tough snap. It was fumbled just a bit by the placeholder. I think that might have thrown off his timing just enough.
So Nevada Union will take back over.
And it appears we will have a running clock, provided NU does not score a touchdown.
Around the corner, getting a nice run, staying in bounds. That is Owen Day.
That's an 11-yard run, and that puts Nevada Union in the positives in total offense for the half. And it took just about all of that. They now have 4 total yards of offense.
You know, they are showing these sophomores in the backfield, and I think they're doing a great job. Their inside handoff. Again, not much deception on the inside. If you're going to run the wing T, it's really got to be a precision offensive play, and it's all about deception. That was good for a gain of 1.
Either deceptive or quick. Placer is very quick to the inside, and that in itself is pretty hard to pick up.
Quick pass. Delbon went to pass it to the sideline, dropped the ball. As he was going back, I think it hit the edge of his helmet.
That is the first Placer sack of the game. And at a loss of 3, Nevada Union just with 1 total yard of offense.
Delbon rolling out, looking for a receiver, may keep it, no, throws. That one is complete to Hayden Fay, and unfortunately Hayden had to come back for the ball, so he will be short of the first down. It'll be 4th and about 7. Good passing catch as we see the defense of Placer Union High School.
NU is 1 for 1 in 4th down conversions, but the last time they tried was at the end of the first quarter.
Wide open receiver. Oh, and a great catch. Hayden Fay. He may have had one go off his helmet in the end zone, but that one makes up for it. That was a beauty. That brings the crowd to their feet.
Excellent 29-yard pass.
And an excellent throw from Delbon. I mean, that thing was textbook. Right over his shoulder. Good concentration, kept his feet in bounds. Beauty.
Yeah, if that throw was just a tad softer, he would not have had to dive and maybe would have gone in for 6.
Here's the inside handoff. He may go all the way. He's at the 5. He's in.
Owen Day with a 36-yard run. And the Miners will not go home with a 0.
They're on their feet here. The confetti flies in the stands. Good for the Miners. Getting on the scoreboard tonight in the fourth quarter.
And that's an example of a deceptive inside handoff.
That's exactly right, Steve. That was a lot of deception. They had me fooled from up here and certainly had the defense fooled as well. Straight up the middle, and the extra point is good.
And Placer, to their credit, not giving up at all. They were going for that block. They had 2 Hillmen that were in blocking range. But Logan Seamers gets the kick up and good.
There's the Nevada Union High School band. Let's watch this catch. I'm going to walk you through the play-by-play here. Now, first of all, he sets beautifully, squares his shoulders, and throws a perfect pass. Now, watch this catch. Over his shoulder. You only get to see the tip of the ball as it's coming past your helmet. I know how hard that is, and that's a big-time play by Fay, the sophomore. Waiting to see how good this guy is when he's a senior.
And he did have about 3 steps on the defender. Unfortunately, since Dalbon was throwing on the run, he couldn't put it on the line, so he had to arc it there, just put a touch too much on it for Fay to catch it in stride.
Anthony Pierce and Owen Scott are deep, but the ball is not going to get that far. Taken midfield by number 10, Ferreira. The clock continues to run with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left. This game is only a series away from ending here.
In all likelihood, a 5-possession game under 4 minutes to go. I think it's a good call to run the clock at this late juncture.
I agree, Steve. Good to see NU get on the board.
I see the Placer Title Company scoreboard. Nevada Union finally gets some points, but still trail 36-7.
Placer decides to go with the bull for their last series, number 22, Rain. We'll keep an eye on Rain next week against Pioneer. I'm sure their scouts are in the stands somewhere. I think they'll be ready for him next week. Here's Rain again.
And it looks like we have a Hillman down. Joseph McGuire, number 34. It looks like a leg cramp. He'll be helped up, and in all likelihood, he'll need some help to get to the sideline.
Yeah, it's a cramp, it looks like. Oh, know how hard those are to overcome.
And first game of the season, that's bound to happen as the endurance hasn't quite been built up yet. And these teams have been practicing for only about a month or less. So that'll all come with time and repetition. So he'll get looked at by the training staff, and once they sufficiently massage the knot away, they'll help him up and get him to the sidelines. So as we get this cleared up, we will step aside, but we will be right back with the end of the fourth quarter here at Hooper Stadium. We'll be right back on your TouchdownProductions.com Sports Network.
Magnuson's Toyota and Scion is celebrating 25 years serving you in the foothills. Right now, Magnuson's carries the first all-electric SUV, and they're still the home of the Toyota Tundra. Magnuson's Dodge Chrysler Jeep is right down the street and features the new Ram diesel truck, Jeep Wranglers, and Grand Jeep Cherokee. It's Magnuson's Auburn Toyota and Magnuson's Dodge, both in Auburn.
We're going to wind down to the last 2.5 minutes here, running clock. Placer.
Have to wait for McGuire to be helped off the field. They were trying to get a play in quickly.
You know, I'm surprised they've gone with Logan Van Ripper for the whole game, their quarterback. They haven't played anybody else. There's a good inside move.
Ante took a few snaps, but for the most part, it's been Van Ripper. I think Ante was mostly in for late in the second and early in the third quarter.
Now, I've been calling him Ant. Are you sure it's Ante?
No.
Uh-huh. We'll get that figured out before next week, Steve.
I play too many cards.
Good one. Van Ripper hands off to the right. Got him running. Oh, they're going to score.
Great cut back to the left away from the coverage. Corey Young. Great move. Once he gets to the inside, cuts back to the outside, and then it's just a foot race, but excellent speed from the senior.
And Young reversed field, found the opening, and then gave us a blast of speed. That's going to get the attention of the coaches. Young getting some playing time here late in the game. That was impressive.
And as a senior, he has a lot to play for.
Extra point. Clock continues to run with less than a minute now. Extra point is good.
Thought he may have pushed that a bit to adjust for that missed field goal, but it does still go through the uprights.
So the team will line up and have a kickoff with less than a minute. They may just decide to end it here.
I think that's probably what Placer is going to do.
I don't know why they would extend it any longer. A kickoff could only get somebody hurt. Here's a replay of that last. Now
take a look at that run.
Yeah.
And you will see one move once he gets into the middle of the field.
From field level here.
There it is. He gets in the middle, cuts right, and right there when he shoots left.
Now watch the speed. Oh, the defender fell down.
I don't think he would have gotten there. This late in the game, there was no one out in front of him, so he just beats the secondary. Good play call and a little bit of luck, and that's just 6 points. So they line up for the kickoff, even though there's 2 seconds now. So that was an exercise in futility.
And that'll be your game. The home opener here at Hooper Stadium, the Nevada Union Miners go down 43-7 in the game that they just never really got any traction. Early in the first quarter, they had their opportunities, couldn't take advantage of them. I'm wondering if they had been able to score in that first series from the 4, and then we saw a couple of situations where they were 4th and 20 that resulted in touchdowns for Placer. Placer, on the other hand, has a very impressive team. TouchdownProductions.com will be following them as the season progresses. This, in my mind, and the watchful eye of Steve Sitter, we both are thinking that they're going to go back to the playoffs again.
Certainly headed that way. That was a very impressive game, and I'm sure some of that was a little bit of retaliation for how the season started last year for these teams. But even so, this is a very, very strong team, and I expect them to do very good this year.
On the other side of the coin, I think the Miners have a lot of good things happening on their team. Like I said, they're starting a sophomore backfield. I like the strength of their quarterback's arm. I think that they will result in a number of wins this season. They're going to line up and sing the alma mater as they always do. And it's been a very emotional night here at Hooper Stadium. Very unusual. In the years that I've been broadcasting football, I've never seen such a game with the death of Mitch Adams.
Yeah, this game really can be summed up best by yards of total offense. Placer with 484 yards of total offense, Nevada Union with just 221. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that NU really didn't have that many possessions in the second half compared with the first half. They had decent runs in the first half, decent possessions, and at least some chance of scoring, but they had a couple good games. Or good gains, I should say. Big gains, 36-yard run, 29-yard pass. But that all came much too late. This game was pretty much over at the halfway point, and Placer just proved it further on.
Or even before that. Here's the team is going out to the middle field, and they're going to embrace each other. I saw the Placer team come over, and they didn't interrupt the alma mater, but they all wanted to embrace this team. These guys know each other. They play together.
Every time they got into trouble.
Many of them knew Mitch.
Growing up in the sports, it doesn't matter what sport you're into. If you're into one sport, be it football, baseball, or basketball, and you play it long enough, you get to know just about everyone in the area.
You betcha. So get to touchdownproductions.com and sign up for the All Access Pass. It's only $5 a month. Such a value. Executive producer Gilbert M. Dominguez, as we see a prayer on the field for the past Mitch Adams. Camera operators, thank you all tonight. What a good job. Steve Sitter, thank you for joining me tonight.
My pleasure, as always, Paul.
The remote facility is the commander, too. Plaza Tire and Auto Service, and Reeby's Auto Parts, accounting Cinto Graziano LLC. Contact us, or just go to touchdownproductions.com and sign up for $5 a month. Certainly is worthwhile. Say goodnight, Steve.
So for all of us here at Touchdown Productions, good night, and we will see you next week.